11th November 2018, Remembrance Sunday, Armistice Day, the centenary of the end of the First World War. The event inspired me to search my family's archives in order to find out more about my ancestors' World War I history. After consulting family trees, photographs, diary entries, personal testimonies and official records, I was able to identify multiple people from my family 100 years ago who were involved in the European theatre. I even found some surviving medals. Each medal was awarded for participation: the 1914 Star, the Victory Medal and the British War Medal. The 1914 Star was awarded between August and November 1914. The GV refers to George V. The Victory Medal is engraved on one side with an angel, and on the reverse side with the phrase, "The Great War for Civilization, 1914 to 1919. The ceasefire was called in 1918, but the war didn't formally end until the signing of the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. The British War Medal displays the 1914 to 1918 date with St. George on horseback, and on the reverse side is King George V with the phrase Georges v Brit Omen Rex et Ind Imp, meaning George V, King of all the British Isles and Emperor of India. But this isn't really about the medals. This is about the people from my family who were in World War I and their stories. My great-great-uncle Private William Henry Bailey's serial number was 10944. He served in the King's Own Yorkshire Light Infantry. I'm told that he served in the 2nd Battalion, which, according to additional research, landed at Le Havre in August 1914 and was involved in the Battle of Le Cateau that month. From the trenches, he wrote the following letter, which I was unable to completely decipher. Mother and Father, just a few lines hoping you are all going on all right. I should have wrote before now, but I have had a lot to do. I send you a trifle. I should have sent more, but I could not and shall have to save a bit to come home at Easter. It will cost me 4 shillings for the tram fare. Give my best respect to all at home. I send you a photo for Nellie. Well, and tell her when you give it to her to write to me and tell me how ma'am, and tell her to give my best respect to their, and that's where it gets a bit indecipherable, thing. This is all this time. Tell Father, my great-great-great-grandfather, there is a lot of colliers over here that knows him and they send their best respect to him, so good night from your loving son. Private Bailey was killed in action. The official date of his death is 9th April 1915, but a letter, of which only the first page still exists, from the British Red Cross Society to his father, my great-great-great-grandfather, addresses the discrepancy. Dear Sir, we beg to acknowledge the receipt of your letter of the 1st instant with reference to your son 10944, Private W.H. Bailey, KOYLI, King's Own Yorkshire Light Infantry. We cannot help feeling that the report of his death on the German list dated 17/5/15 must be correct, and that your son was killed in action and his body found and buried by the German troops, which would account for no definite record having been kept. If your son had been captured and taken to some hospital, we should have received many more details from Germany. The German list, being dated so long after your son was reported missing, does not, we fear, mean anything, as no doubt the information concerning his death was not forwarded to headquarters in Berlin from the front until April 1915, and we have had many similar cases in which the news has taken 9 months or longer to be sent to headquarters. We will, however, endeavour to obtain further details and are today writing through to Berlin for this purpose and will, and that's where it ends. In other words, exactly when he died is difficult to know because of limited communication and differing record-keeping practices used by each country. Private Bailey is now commemorated on panel 47 of the Ypres Meningate Memorial. He was awarded a 1914 Star, a Victory Medal, and a British War Medal. After his death, a bronze next of kin penny was sent to his family. Exactly who his next of kin was is difficult to trace, but the penny depicts Britannia, the British lion, and a smaller lion biting the German eagle, with the engraving, "He died for freedom and honour." My great-great-uncle Private William Sayers' serial number was 46948. He served in the 19th Battalion of the Durham Light Infantry. On the 29th September 1918, at the age of 18, he was killed by a sniper. He's buried at Lidgesinthe Military Cemetery. His identity tag survived, bearing his name and the initials CE, which was in order to ensure that he'd receive a Church of England burial service. A commemorative ribbon has also been kept in their family Bible, which says, "In loving memory of William, the beloved son of William and Sarah Jane Sayers, who died of wounds received in action September 28, 1918, aged 18 years, 10 months, and was laid to rest in France. 28 Doncaster Road. Thriver. We pictured him safely returning. We longed to clasp his hand, but God has postponed the meeting till we meet in the better land." It's not completely accurate. Richardson Thurk Military Cemetery is in Belgium, not France, and his official date of death is the 29th, not the 28th. It's likely that they were doing the best they could with the limited information they had, and reflects how difficult record keeping was during that time. William's father, also named William, my great-great-grandfather, also fought in World War I, was wounded and gassed, but survived. My great-great-uncle, Private Arthur Sigsworth's serial number was 14937. He served in the 12th Battalion of the Royal Northumberland Fusiliers and was killed in action on 14th July 1916 during the Battle of the Somme. He's now commemorated at Thiepval Memorial. Finally, my great-great-uncle's Bell, Privates Arnold and G. Herbert, first name unknown. Private Arnold Bell, serial number 28158, served in the 13th Battalion of the York and Lancaster Regiment. He was killed in action 15th June 1917, aged 19, and is now buried in South Plot A, 19 of Albuera Cemetery. Private G. Herbert Bell, serial number 42254, served in the 2nd 6th Battalion of the Prince of Wales North Staffordshire Regiment. He died 14th August 1918 as a prisoner of war and is now buried in Cologne Southern Cemetery. My great-great-grandfather, Private William Smedley's serial number was 32620. He served in the Royal Army Veterinary Corps, which is denoted by the AVC on the side of his Victory Medal. He isn't listed by the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, so not much else is known about him. He was awarded a Victory Medal and a British War Medal. My great-great-grandfather Sergeant Charles Deville survived the First World War and was awarded the Victory Medal, British War Medal and 1914 Star. He was also awarded the Defence Medal for his service in the Home Guard in the Second World War. One of the Victory Medals in my family's possession belongs to my fifth cousin thrice removed, Private J. Smith, first name unknown, serial number 1231 of the Royal Northumberland Fusiliers. He's also unlisted by the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, so even less is known about him. I never knew them, but finding this information makes me feel that bit closer to them, and I'm glad that it's all been kept and maintained through the years. Armistice Day is when we remember these people, and making this video is my way of keeping their memories alive.